What's good, YouTube fam? Just kidding, guys. Um, so it's been about a month, I think, so far. It's been about a month since Superman has come out in theaters, and with it comes our first look at the proposed James Gunn Super Duper Friends DC Cinematic Universe. And it hasn't been that bad, guys. Hasn't been that bad. I watched the movie. Uh, I didn't I didn't really like it at first, but it grew on me. It grew on me afterwards, and I liked it. All right, but guys, I got a topic for you guys, and I'm gonna try to keep this video short because this is probably this is like my 253rd time recording this. So I'm gonna try to keep this video like under 25 minutes and try to keep it all in one go. But guys, we have our Superman movie and we have our lanterns, right? We got that TV show coming up, and then we got our Supergirl, and we even got a freaking Clayface movie, dude. But guys, we have an issue here. We have a big problemo, and that problemo is in the shape of a bat, guys. So what the heck is going on with Batman, bro? So like that's this is the big question that is probably on people's minds. I don't know. I'm not inside people's minds, but it's probably what is inside a few people's minds. But guys, we can't have a DCU without Batman. And so far, James Gunn has proposed that he will make an all new, all different Batman movie with a new cast, a brand new Bruce Wayne, and um, some other superheroes, and he plans to make it his own thing, aside from all the ongoing Batman related movies and TV shows and whatnot. But we have another problem. Who's going to be playing Bruce Wayne slash Batman? This is the big issue. I'm going to put my 2 cents on this topic, and I actually have seen some fan casts out there. I'm not gonna judge them. I'm not gonna judge them too bad. Um, but I actually have my own fan cast, which I think just poops all over these other these other fan casts that are are being made. So, uh, so I'm gonna give my own. Okay, I'm gonna give my own fan cast at the end. But first off, I'm gonna talk about this problem that is the absence of a Batman movie in the DCU, or I don't think there's a script being written right now, or I don't think it's in like pre-production. But guys, dude, um, okay, so far we have this alleged movie, and then we have Matt Reeves' universe, and guys, I'm gonna have to break a few hearts here. I know this is not the most popular opinion, but guys, I think the vampire should be Batman. Like, in my opinion, I think that he is probably the best fit for this DC universe thing. That's just my opinion. So before I get into all the fan cast, I'm just gonna say it straight up. I think that Robert Pattinson is probably the best choice for Batman right now. And that's what I think. I think Robert Pattinson is probably the best choice for Batman right now. And I think that because why are we gonna get, two different freaking Batman movies coming out within like a short vicinity of each other? Like, I can't be, that makes no sense. I can't be the only one that, I can't be the only one that's like frustrated at the idea that, excuse me, I just burped. I can't, I can't be the only one that's frustrated at the idea that there are going to be two simultaneously existing Bruce Waynes, and no one's gonna blink an eye, and no one's gonna get confused, and no one's gonna, like, that just sounds really annoying, and it just like it just has this whole superhero fatigue written all over it. And I think for a movie like this, it needs to be really, really important. It needs to hit well with audiences. If you want people to get engaged with this whole uh super duper universe, the question is more along the lines of where do we where do we want to take this character, and what direction do we want to kind of pull him in? Because if we take a look at like Bruce Wayne in Matt Reeves' story, his background is already set up wonderfully. The world building aspect in that movie was really great. I liked it. I loved it. Um, you had the Penguin, Riddler, and like Catwoman all running around in like Gotham City, and you had this like dark yet vibrant environment. It had its own breath, like it had its own air, and it was its own. Gotham City was like its own character. I feel like it makes like for the perfect, Batman universe. And I know there's people out there who have the argument, right, that tonally, like Superman and Batman don't really fit. Like tonally, I want to add my 2 cents into this and kind of say that that's like kind of BS, because I feel like if we take a look at like Matt Reeves as Batman, hit or the movie in general, it had like this sort of hyper realism, like in certain scenes when he's like driving his car up off the like one of the ramp. Like you have these great like kind of like hyper realistic moments where it's just like he's performing feats that don't aren't really like are like testing human ability in a sense. And I think that that's just a perfect that's just like almost like a perfect man, like a perfect balanced kind of comic book and like grounded genre vibe um for Batman. Um and it's just like if you take a look at Superman where things are like, you know, freaking super powered, and people are just like teabagging each other with superpowers and whatnot, and all this other stuff. Um like it's not too far off from, being feasible. And yeah, I also think the argument between like the argument where like I think it's like important, like it's important to have like these characters be distinct from each other, because that's like what makes the crossover much more like satisfying in the end of the at the end of the day, because it's like you have a character that's like completely different from the other, and once they finally meet, it's like damn, like, oh shit, like, oh, Batman's, meeting Clark Kent, or it's like two totally different worlds crossing over. So I think that, like, I don't know, I that like I don't like that argument, like, because I feel like that kind of defeats the point of a crossover. And then and if we take a look at like Marvel, like who like Rocket Raccoon and um I don't know, freaking War Machine, like I don't know, tonally that on paper doesn't make a lot of sense, but it works. That's the point of a crossover, in my opinion. I think it's also important with a role like this that you have like a certain kind of chemistry between the actors, and or you have a chemistry between like the actors in a way where they can bounce off from each other and make things more gratifying, more satisfying to watch. That's an important thing. Even if we take a look at like I don't know, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, like watching them, kind of have their little debacles and whatnot, makes the movie like it gives life to this universe. Because it's like oh, Iron Man's always freaking arguing with Captain America, dude, and that's just part of the movie or whatever. But I'm getting on a tangent here. But yeah, I honestly think that Robert Pattinson would probably be like the better fit for um this DCU extended universe. And I think I don't think I'm alone in this too. I think it would be really awesome to see him, blossom into this into the super duper friendship universe and hold hands with Superman, and they can do cartwheels together. Yeah, but we don't know if that's actually gonna happen. So, cause I think the question really becomes, what does how flexible is Matt Reeves, and how flexible is James Gunn, and what do they want to plan with their movies? And um, we know now that James kind of has like this, like he wants to make his movie Brave and the Bold. He wants to make it more Grant Morrison um inspired, and he wants to kind of take him to this middle-aged thing, which sounds awesome. It sounds cool. um but at the same time it's just like you have this already super interesting Bruce Wayne and Gotham City, where things are like, I don't know, you already struck gold with this movie, and it's just like, how do you expect to kind of strike gold again? Like, it'll definitely prove to be a really big challenge to kind of take this character and make something new and make it a hit and make it, something that audiences want to kind of like engage with, and like, so at the end of the day they can watch another DCU movie, and I think that is an important thing. But yeah, we don't know if if Matt Reeves, we don't that it's been said that quote unquote is not what's happening right now. Make of that what you will, but make of that what you will. Um, but yeah, so going along with this proposed Batman movie, we have a bunch of fan casts. We have a bunch of people already listening their fan casts, left and right. Some of them are pretty cool. Um, some of them, in my opinion, are kind of just weird middle-aged typecast, dark-haired, handsome, charming playboy typecast. Like, just looks the part, but like, um, is like, how can he challenge the role? Is what I'm thinking, because it's just like you have so many actors behind this role. It's almost in a way, it's like kind of, it has its own legend, like it has its own yeah, it's almost like a legendary role. And and again, footnote, I mean, Robert Pattinson kind of did it pretty good. Like he surprisingly his Batman had like a little bit of charm to him. Like he was I liked it, but he kind of had like a classic feel to it in a way where he was just like oddly charming, and he was just hitting one liners like left and right, and it was like kind of funny, and he was like just whispering all over the place. But yeah, we have a few fan casts and ideas so far from the internet, and James Gunn has been entertaining some of those. Um, Among those is Alan Richson, I believe, and I believe he was in the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I think I said that right. I think the thing with him, he seems like a good actor. And he fits the role superficially or like in the physical sense. And he looks the part. He definitely looks the part. He um is built, and he has this kind of like this brute kind of aura. But he to me he kind of does also kind of give off like a wrestler actor vibes, and he like again with this role you kind of want to have like a deeper layer with Bruce Wayne, and I'm not sure how well like you know how deep other people can go, because then we also have Brandon Sklenar, I think, which is a name that is one that I've been seeing. um I haven't watched any of his stuff. I don't think I've really heard of him. um I know, I think that he's in 1902, and yeah, I mean that's about as far as I know. Um, so I guess I can't really judge him too bad like that. But but again, it's like some of these fan casts are like, to me they kind of just seem like typecasted freaking businessmen, dude. Like it's just like they don't have like a super deep layer to them. And then we also have Jensen Ackles. Sorry if I pronounced that name, but mispronounced that name. But but dude, this guy's been running for Batman since like for like decades now. Like I feel like I've heard his name being tossed around for the role like so many times, and uh I watched The Boys, and he had a pretty good role. I liked watching his Soldier Boy character, and that was fun to watch. But I think that that is like a completely different like personality than Bruce Wayne. Like the Soldier Boy character was like much more like funnier and like just like unhinged, really. But yeah, those are those are like the names that I've been seeing like passed around. But guys, guys, I have my own fan cast, and I think this tops all the other fan casts that I've seen, and no one has mentioned him. Not a single peep, not a single photo, not a single tweet, not a single what do you call it, thread, DM or something, whatever. But guys, I have the best Batman draft pick. Guys, are you ready? Give me that drum roll. I think Josh Hartnett would make the best Batman. He's my number one draft pick for Batman, guys. If you haven't seen Trap, go and watch it. It didn't really top anybody's list at all for for the year that it came out. Yeah, I mean, like if you watch the movie, I'm gonna spoil it. In the movie, he's a serial killer, and he's trying to like get away or find his way out of a concert that's been locked down by a bunch of cops and security guards, and guys like that. And throughout the movie, you kind of just watch him evade like all these situations, and it's almost like it's not a comedy, but it's like a thriller. And yeah, he's just like kind of dodging and weaving like all these like cops and guards and stuff like that, and it's very Batman like it's very Bruce Wayne-ish. God, it's like that one scene with Ben Affleck where he's like I think he's like drunk walking somewhere, and like he's like trying to he's like talking to Alfred, and he's like drunk walking somewhere, and someone because he's trying to put like a microchip somewhere or something, doing some Batman stuff. He gets stopped by like a random pedestrian or something, and like he has to put on this like a Bruce Wayne face, and he's like, oh, I didn't know where I was stumbling, and he wasn't a bad Batman either. But yeah, you get to see a lot of that in Trap. Like he also has like these like super weird like conversations that are like he starts talking to someone like they're in a video game or something like that. Like he's like a like it's just like it's just like an NPC conversation. Like I don't know what M Night Shyamalan was trying to do with the movie, but it was like sort of like a Yorgos Lanthimos thing, or where the dialogue is like unemotional, and they're not really like speaking to each other, but it's more like they're just throwing dialogue at each other, like, but it's intentional, and it's supposed to add to the movie. But in Trap, it's just like it's just weird. Like it just seems like a bunch of like video game people just talking to each other, and like Josh Hartnett's just trying to complete like his side quest. Side note here too. In the movie, Josh Hartnett is like middle aged too, so that can also kind of work as like the whole middle aged thing, and he has like a whole family thing going on, and I feel like that fits pretty good to the whole dynamic trying to be created. Um, yeah, maybe just throw like a Sonny Soljic in there for like a Robin or something. I don't know. Um, have someone that can do like a backflip or something. But yeah, it was a decent movie, guys. And if you watch it the whole way through, let me know what you guys think of that movie, because I didn't think it was that bad. Um, but yeah, guys, that's my number one draft pick for Batman. You guys have a mystery fan cast that I don't know about, guys? Because if you do, you should let me know in the comments. But yeah, fuck, I don't know how to close this off. Thanks for watching, guys.